Basketball U. We are back and ready to give you what you need to succeed, guaranteed. So look, I love the game of basketball, but what I don't love is how we view players as players. Too many players respect each other to a level where no one is actually playing hard against each other. This game of basketball has become you score, I score, and the one with the most points is the best for that night. That's not how the game should go. Why do you ask? Because everybody can't score. Everyone can't shoot. And most of all, everyone can't finish. So what can you do? You can stop someone. But again, most players respect hype and dribble moves so much they are scared to get embarrassed. There's no ego to have when you are limited on both sides. So, understand this. Find the weaknesses of other players and make them your strengths. Some of your favorite NBA players have some pretty noticeable weaknesses, but they are so good at their strengths, it evens out their game. But that is why they are pros, and those are the players that earn my respect. Everyone else trying to make it is still a work in progress on their game. So with that being said, let's take a look at some factors that you overlook, and hopefully this helps you become a better player mentally and physically. Conditioning. Most players don't condition anymore. They work out, but they don't do conditioning before or after. Trainers will say they condition them during the workout, but that, my friends, is not the case. Conditioning has a structure that helps with recovery time, and that's not happening in most workouts. Conditioning evens the playing field, as that athletic player that you know jumping and running all over the place tends to slow down and lose all those abilities when tired. There will be a lot of bad habits and tendencies that will help you compete if you can find a higher gear when someone is tired. Limitations in their game. There's players that can only go one way, whether that's dribbling, right hand only, or left hand only. Some people can drive really well and finish. Some people can only catch and shoot. Some people can dribble really well and not finish, or be able to make shots. There are a ton of limitations that players have, but you have to recognize them and use that to your advantage. Combining the conditioning piece and understanding another player's limitations already gives you the upper hand on showing your ability to change a game. With limitations comes frustration. And if you can play into these limitations, you're now opening another door to the game, which is someone's mind. Everyone feels good when nothing is going wrong. But when things start to make a turn for the worse, then everything changes. Remember, this game isn't individual, and most people feed off of each other when it comes to energy. The mind game of basketball is a skill that is definitely learned over time, and you will see a lot of older players doing this to younger players. So take notes and see what you can pick up from the OGs while their knees are still good. Not everyone is good at basketball, as some players may have been successful in college to get that spot as the first round draft pick, but become major flops as soon as these players step into the pros. Michael Olowokandi is one of the examples, averaging 8.3 points and 6.8 rebounds over 500 games, reaching a peak in his 02-03 season with Clippers as he suffered an injury that sent him to the Timberwolves and Celtics in his later seasons. Bryant Reeves was a potential to the newly expansion Vancouver Grizzlies at the time, who you may know in the franchise now as Memphis Grizzlies. For the first 3 years, averaging 15.2 points and 7.8 rebounds before his back problems began to get the best of Reeves. During those last 3 years, a 13-minute average of playtime was the result, as his career was cut short, finishing with an average of 12.5 points and 6.9 rebounds. The man who played alongside Michael Jordan, Kwame Brown. He played for the Wizards, Lakers, Grizzlies, Pistons, Bobcats, Warriors, and 76ers. Average of 6.6 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 607 games. Unfortunate. Adam Morrison, a player who was selectively picked by Michael Jordan to be drafted by the Bobcats, didn't live up to the expectations. While he dominated in college, he was sloppy with an 11.8 points average with a low field goal percentage of .376 in his rookie season. Due to a knee injury, he failed to redeem in the later seasons. Before we continue, look at the facial hair. Anthony Bennett, Cleveland's big bus. Only played in the NBA for 4 years, sent to a different team each season, including Timberwolves, Raptors, and Nets. 151 games with a total average of 4.4 points, 3.1 rebounds. No games started in his rookie year. First pick in the first round of the draft. Total disappointment. Michael Ruffin averaged 1.7 points in his career. However, that's not the wildest stat in his career. He has committed 946 fouls, but only scored 716 points within 414 games played. Having more fouls than points is insane. Everything I'm saying you may have heard, or you may have not. Everything I'm saying you may agree with, or you may disagree with. But the main point I'm trying to get through to you is that everyone is not as good as we make them seem in basketball. And we don't always have stats in front of us to tell the story like the pros do. But looking at their averages and then looking at the average Joes, they aren't going to shoot like the best in the world to do it. So they shouldn't get the same respect level like them either. Basketball, you appreciate you coming through as you always do. If there's one thing you should always feel and know is, remember, someone's always working. Are you?